What's up, Maiden? This is myself build, and over the next couple of weeks I've got some mammoth tasks that I need to tackle that I'm not quite sure I'm ready for. Got loads of twin wall land drain, which I will be installing around the perimeter of the whole building, right at the bottom. Here's my big roll of geotextile. At the end of the next week there will be 30 tonne of pea shingle there. That's all my drainage pipes, soil pipes, all the connections just there. Here's all my inspection chambers. I've got my water and electric cable duct in, and in a few days time I'll have a couple of grand's worth of tanking product. That's to deal with this mess here. Got a load of blocks coming, a load of ballast and a load of cement to build a new retaining wall there, or a partial one. And this needs to come down slightly so it's safe and it doesn't fall on us. So strap yourself in and get yourself ready for part 3, where we dig down, expose the foundation blocks and tank the walls. This is turning into a proper nightmare. We started part 1, started part 2, now I'm starting a bit of part 3. So once I've done a bit of part 3 we can finish part 1. Dan's doing part 3 in combination with part 2 around here. It's just like, what do you do next? Like, in what order? That he's trying to clear that. Lucky enough there's not loads here. I'm going to try and get a digger in here and just pull it that way, but it's just, oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? This one's probably going to be a long one. I won't bore you too much with digging. I've got to pull out all this, everything. It's got to be about 1 metre deep all the way around. It's exposed down to the trench fill footing. And yeah, what is happening? What is happening? I'm almost here in the corner, almost down, and then lucky enough the bricklayers used to dump all their muck down here, so I've got to try and get that out in a bit. I'll quickly show you down here what the situation is. Now hopefully you'll be able to see that. Can you see that's running water? So the bricklayers, they haven't jointed all of the foundation blocks properly, so everything just runs through from the other side of the building. The water all goes in, probably in here. It's probably, if that water's running through now, that water's probably up here, so that's probably about, what, 120 mil deep, full of water underneath. So I'm getting all of this out, and then we've got to joint everything, make sure everything's a smooth surface, and do the proper tanking. So this is off the back of that video that I done where I said I want to cry, and there was quite a few constructive comments on there. Dave was one of them. It didn't show up because he could put a link in what he typed, but he said it's like getting a flat tire in a blizzard. You don't want to get out of the car, you don't want to do it, but you just need to roll up your sleeves and crack on. So that's what I'm doing, just cracking on. Try to keep it together. Don't swear too much. Don't stress too much. Just pick a job and get it done.
Can you get forward anymore?
Okay, progress on part 3. Cleared this one. That's clear up there. It's dug out for the French drain. Dan's just done that. It all needs cleaning off, obviously, so we can tank it. I've got all my tanking gear. That's all sitting in there. So yeah, Dan was just round the other side in the digger. He's had enough flitties.
That's it for me today.
He's a tired man.
I am done.
It's not even dark yet.
My back is caned. Just that last bit of matting just absolutely ripped it.
Right. So yeah, crack on tomorrow. I'm going to try and pull that out a little bit now, if I can get the digger arm down there. And then I've still got to cut. Yeah, basically everything needs exposing. This part 3 is probably going to be quite long. We've got reinforcements on the weekend. Tony's going to be here Sunday, so he's going to be applying it with me, and I reckon he's probably not going to be too happy about that. But yeah, it's like plastering. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Got my delivery, that's for part 2. But I'll need some of this for part 3 as well. I'm still digging this out here. The bucket, it's a tight squeeze down there, but I can only get to there, so I'm doing this bit by hand. Hopefully by the end of today I'll get all this out around here, and then most of the foundation will be exposed. I just need to do the front. Dan's doing the other side, I'll quickly show you. It's still coming out. We already pumped out like 1 million gallons the other day. Yeah, obviously that was still stuck in there. So we're just getting everything exposed so we can clean it, so I can tank it, and then get the French drains in as well. So yeah, hopefully I'll be tanking it by Sunday. I'll see you at the end of the day. We'll see how far we've got. Oh, I've had my pea shingle delivered. The aggregate man, Harry, he said, what are you using this for then? I said, I'm putting in a load of land drains. He said, what you got this stuff for then? I said, why, what would you be using? He said, I used 40 mil stuff for my land drains when I done it. And I said, well, I'm using all the geotextile stuff around it and everything. And he was like, oh, all right, okay. So I think he probably uses 40 mil stuff, and then he just doesn't put any geotextile stuff around. He did say, well, we're using the smaller stuff, it's going to silt up quicker. I said, no, it'd be fine, and I've got all access points and all that kind of stuff. He said, well, you done this before? I said, no, I just looked it up. He said, what, you've been on YouTube, have you? I was like, yeah. Right, dig.
Day 6 in the trench.
It's
Dan's digging the same wall again.
Still needs to do this corner round here. Dan stayed last night. We had a bit of a late one, cut the junctions. We just can't be arsed. I just wanna lay in bed today. I've had enough doing this. Why don't we just buy a bloody house? It's already done. That'd be easier. Just paint a couple of walls. Oh, I don't know.
It does what you're supposed to do to start with.
Well, I'll see you later at some point. Just give you an update. Oh, you got it. Hello people, this is Bob.
Nice to see ya.
Say hello to YouTube.
Hey, come on.
Bob's here eventually.
Yeah, it took me a couple of years.
Right, Bob's giving me hands. Dan's gone to, he's got some kind of like fetish dungeon
Yeah.
club that he's going to or something, isn't it?
Something about German sausages, mate.
German sausages.
Yeah.
He said handcuffs and blindfolds.
Yeah, it's got it all.
Oh, weirdo, isn't he?
It's-
Wouldn't you rather be here digging bloody holes? Right, we're completely dug out. It's pretty much, we might need to like do a little bit of amending for the French pipe, but the priority is to clean all of the sides now, because we need to grout this, like tanking grout, and then the rubber compound or whatever the bloody hell it is, but I'll show you that. Right, Dan's jet washed all of this side plus the other side. Bob's just done the front over there, so we've got this side left to do. Everything looks good. We've exposed down to the foundation, but look at this fucking thing. I was tempted to leave it, but the issue with that is the water likes to get in at the bottom. That's like a weak point in buildings, and on just underneath that there's a layer of like soil, so we need to break that out. So hopefully Bob's going to give me a hand with that. We're just going to go around, clean off all the snots. He's going to jet wash it, sort everything out, and then yeah, I'm calling this one's part 3. Next time's part 3.5. Yeah, there's not enough time in the day to do everything, is there? So we're desperately trying to get it done, the tanking, before it rains next week, because we won't be able to do it then. Right, it's the 18th of October. We've been at this for quite a while now, well, a week, and we've got to this stage. Me and Tony, we patched in any holes with Rapid cement. We've done mixes in the cement mixer, so it was easier. And then round the bottom, where the wall meets the foundation, the corner bit, that's where water would like to go in. So with these waterproof systems, what you always do is you put what's called a fillet. So we smashed that out as well. That was all yesterday. We used the Rapid cement. You can use the other products that I've got, but this stuff is super expensive. So even more expensive than Rapid cement. So this section here, because it didn't have the step of the foundation like it did there, because they had to build right out to the edge, I've taken and done the fillet down to the ground. So just below that is obviously the foundation, but it's stepped back, so I've kind of like bonded to this bit, if you like, around here. The whole point of it is to just direct the water away from the actual corner bit, and I've filled in round where the soil pipes come out. I've put them at 60 degrees as well to come out. So it's done all the way around. So if you remember, I was talking to several different companies about their products, and One of them was talking about just down there for the part that started as the issue, but then I realised that everything was the issue, and so we had to deal with all of it. They were suggesting the blackjack bitumen paint with protection board over the top on the basis it was less than 600mm. And I did say to him, look, I really need to do this bit as well, and that's 1.1 metres. What can I do there? But he misunderstood my email. So I looked at everything up. The bitumen paint is good up to a certain level, but not any further than that, because the properties of it will still let some water through. So it's damp proof, but it's not necessarily waterproof, especially with hydrostatic pressure. Gone with a fancy German brand, Remmers, and this is like a rubberized cement, if you like, almost like latex. So we're going to put that on. First of all, we need to put something that's called Kiesol on, which I imagine is like SBR. So we're going to do that, SBR, and within 15 minutes we then need to put what's called a rapid grout on, which I believe is just like a waterproof, like mortar, really. So we just need to put that on as a skim coat first. This is what we're mixing up. Dan is putting a whole load in. He thinks he's going to use that in one go, which we're not.
How rapid is this?
Working time's half an hour.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I'll put half in there.
So, first of all, so we need to put the Kiesol on, which is the SBR. I'm just going to spray that on with my sprayer. Then we trail it on within half an hour. So basically a 2mm skim we're looking for, and then we basically scratch coat that. That will set within 2 hours because it's rapid. Working time's half an hour. So it's obviously quite intense. We need to do all the way around. I think there's about 40 metres squared. And then after that, we can then put on another coat of the actual, you can use that rapid stuff as waterproofing. So it's almost like 3 stages, and each stage is making it more waterproof. So I got all this stuff from a company called Permagard. And it was quite helpful, emailing backwards and forwards. They are a retailer. It's difficult to know what to do sometimes because each company you speak to, obviously they've got a vested interest, and I'm speaking to a technical department that's also a sales department, so they want to sell me more products. The other structural firms that I was talking to, structural waterproofing firms, they also wanted to sell me, well, recommend a load of different products because that's how they make their money. So I've gone for this on the basis that it resists hydrostatic pressure up to 3 metres deep. It is tested up to 8 metres, I think. He did say he would recommend one of their products over the top, which is like a dimpled mat, and that reduces the hydrostatic pressure against the actual building. But this stuff will resist the hydrostatic pressure. The only thing that you need to think about is whether your foundations are strong enough to resist it in the first place. So when you do retaining walls, you always want to try and reduce the hydrostatic pressure by either using gravel, which is like the old school method, or you use one of them sheets. I think that this will be okay on the basis that you can use laid flat blocks up to 800mm for a retaining wall. They're 215 wide, and these trench blocks are 300 wide, which then means that if you was to proportionately calculate it up, you can get up to about 1 metre with these type of blocks, and that is roughly 1 metre. So I reckon everything will be fine. We're going to try and backfill as much as we can with the gravel, which is over there, which is naturally going to reduce the hydrostatic pressure against the wall. There's no water that's actually going to go through, and it's all going to go around the French drains. And that's the biggest explanation in the world, and hopefully we can crack on now. We just need to sort out what's happened here, because we're not going to, I don't think we're going to be that quick, are we?
Well, yeah, it depends how.
So the Kiesol / SBR, 50/50 with water, mixed it in there, put it in there. This, we've split the pack, so we've got half in there, and then you're supposed to have anywhere from 3.5 litres to 5.5 litres, so we've got 2.5 litres there. We're going to mix it up, see how it goes. I believe it's like normal grout consistency, which as far as I'm concerned, when I'm tiling, is like toothpaste, but we'll see what happens and how it's going to trail up. We're going to go for this. This is going to be quite a rapid process because we need to be quick. We're going to mix it up. We'll jump down, trail it on. I'll try and get it on film, but we're just going to be at it. We're done on that coat, on the scratch coat. It's all done all the way around, and we used 6 bags, and we literally just had enough because Dan dropped half a bag on the floor there. So Dan likes to do it quite thick, and I said no, that's going to knacker us out. It was easier to do it if it was quite a bit more runny. He'd done it too runny to begin with. I'd done it right for a couple of mixes, then I've done it too runny. But so I just need to scratch that over there. Now this stuff is waterproof. Now obviously the scratches are that makes it not a waterproof layer, but it's kind of like 90% there. So it's 3 o'clock and it's supposed to be raining like in an hour. We need to stop, we need to have something to eat. And I'm gonna try, we're just gonna have a go at putting the next layer on. If we're quick enough, we might be all right. It's supposed to be shower proof after 2 hours. And around here, it's a bit weird, like it's almost like a microclimate. It's supposed to be raining and then it doesn't. But I can see the clouds over there. Hopefully we'll get away with it. Ideally, I'd like to get both coats on and then it's done and dusted, because it's supposed to be fucking it down for the next few days, but we'll see what happens. 1 minute later.
In the next week, it's between 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the morning. They'd have gone, yeah, that's a bit shit, isn't it? So what day are we going to do it? But I go, yeah, all right, let's do it at 3 o'clock in the morning.
So you heard it, that's the bloody plan, isn't it? Because it's not raining now, it's just gone 4. But the chances are it will rain in the next few hours, so we can't get it on because it's only shower proof after 2 hours. So we need a window, and that window only exists tonight between 3 and about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So
In Narnia.
yeah, so we've pulled all the buckets into this shed because it's well out of the way. Dan tested the drill earlier for the mixing. It sounded like a very faint hairdryer over there, so we're going to get on with it. I'm charging up my lights. I'll charge my head torch, and I suppose I'll have something to eat. I'll do a little bit of editing, and I'll try and get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow or in a few hours. I'll try and film a little bit. I don't know how it's going to come out in the darkness, but yeah, I'm sure we're going to be shattered tomorrow. See you then. Morning. We've had our half hour, an hour of sleep, and we're going to get cracking. It's going to be fun. It was drizzling, it's just literally stopped. I'm going to go and set the lights up. I'm thinking of maybe mixing 1 bucket to begin with.
Why have you backtracked?
I don't know.
Is it because of your girl arms?
No, I'm just like,
What's the problem?
I don't know, I almost want to see how it goes first.
You just want to go back to sleep, didn't you? And then if you think I'm doing a bucket quick enough, you're going to go back to the caravan. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's the head torch.
Right.
We'll see you in a couple of hours.
Yeah. That looks like SBR.
PVA, you mean? That's what the SBR is, really. It's watered down PVA, isn't it? You should pay the fortune for kids' glue. Could have just raided the school. And kids will wake up in the morning going, Miss, all the glue's gone.
So there's 3 parts polymer and 3 parts of the cementous, whatever it is. So we're mixing up all of them in one thing. We was going to go 2 straight off, but now we're not. We'll just go with 1.
What's better, cock torch or hip torch? So, I know one's more sort of like kid friendly, but what are we doing? Emptying into buckets or are we coming out of this?
Into buckets. Be more manageable.
Not sure how well your girl arms are going to cope with it.
That's all right, stop. You do realise it's easier to get the bucket trowel and put it on. For those of you who didn't hear that, Dan said, you do realise it's easier to do it in the daytime. Okay, we're 2 buckets down. We're averaging 1 every 40 minutes and we've got 9 buckets. So we should be all good to see the sunrise together. Show me.
I've wiped most of it off now.
You've still got a touch.
No way.
You can end up with a ball patch right there. Dan decided to itch his nose with a load of gear on his fingers. Oh, he's going to wax his nostrils again. This stuff, it's too, like, when you're trying it on, it's quite strenuous. You get hot, so you don't want to wear a jumper or anything, but then if you get it on your arms, basically I'm going to have no air left where it is. So yeah, second coat. Right, we're done. We're done. We finished at 9 AM. That was the aim. I'm fucked.
Yeah, I'm pretty knackered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your overall kind of like feeling about how it went, like, and shit?
Yeah, pretty well. We had a window, a 4 hour, well, no, it was a 6 hour window to get it in, so that it'd be dry.
With a little rain break.
Yeah, and there was no other windows to get it on, so it had to be done.
I think that scratch coat that we had to do
It was a waste.
I don't know whether, like, I mean, it would have worked alright as a backing coat. I don't think it was necessary as a actual scratch coat, because that stuff was really bloody sticky, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think not as a scratch coat, no, but as a filling coat. So you didn't really need to do your rapid set filling. You could have used that to fill those gaps, and that would have given you a tighter.
I mean, maybe that's what its intention was, but obviously the bloke at Permagard didn't make that clear. He said a scratch coat, so that's what I used it for.
So you can drop your barn into the sea now, and no water will ingress into it.
Yeah, so it'll be French drains next, but I reckon I'm gonna film that separately, so we're gonna call a close to this one. If you haven't already, give us a bloody thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
See you later.